To begin our winter landscape project, we are going to draw 3 triangles that are bigger in size as you go. So a small, a medium, and a large. So in pencil then, I'm going to draw small, medium, and large. And the bottom of my triangle is just the bottom of the paper. So when I cut out each of these, I'm only going to need to cut 2 lines. So I'm going to cut out my 3 triangles and recycle my scraps. Once I've got my small, medium, and large triangles cut out, I'm going to set these to the side. And I'm now going to take my white paper, and what should I write on the back? My name. Okay, on the front of the paper, we want to put our paper horizontal, so it should have the short side. Then we're going to take our ruler, and a little bit higher than halfway up is where we want to set it straight across, horizontal. Hold it down, and then trace a line. And this is going to be our horizon line, which is where the sky will meet the ground. Okay, then we're going to take our 3 triangles again, and let's talk about background, middle ground, and foreground. So when you're doing a landscape, so that's an artwork that is outside, when things are far away, they're going to look smaller. So my smallest triangle for my tree is going to be by the horizon line, maybe even a little above it, so that I can draw the stump of the tree touching the ground. Things that are close to us are going to look bigger. So I'm going to put my biggest one closest to the bottom of the paper. So it looks like we're really close to that tree. And then in the middle ground, so that's called the foreground. And in the middle ground is kind of in the middle. So that's going to be, in between these 2. Now you don't have to put them in order like this. You can kind of change them up. But you want your smallest tree to be in the background, your middle tree to be in the middle ground, and your largest tree to be in the foreground towards the bottom of your paper. Once you've got them kind of set the way you want, you're going to put just a little bit of glue on the back, tracing it but not getting too close to the edge, and glue these down before we continue. All right, the next thing we want to do is draw the tree stumps, and they should, the size should match with the size of the triangle. So my one in the foreground in the front here should be the largest, and I might not even see the bottom because we're so close to it. And then the middle ground should be just a little bit smaller, and the background will be the smallest. And I can erase part of my horizon line so that it looks like it's sitting on the ground. Now everything else is kind of up to you. So we're going to use crayons to color in anything that needs to be colored. And then as a last step, we're going to, if you would like, you can do white snowflakes with a white crayon pressing hard, and then paint over it with blue watercolor. So why don't we speed ahead, and I'm just going to add some imagery to my winter landscape. And anything that is closer to the bottom of my paper is going to look larger because it's closer and it's in the foreground, and anything that's further will look smaller because it's toward the background. Once you're ready to do the watercolor for the sky, you're going to want to get a placemat so that we don't have to wipe the table. And once I get a little bit of blue watercolor in my brush, when I go over my white crayon snowflakes, they should pop through, which is always super fun to see. Okay, and once my sky is painted with the blue, with my snowflakes coming through, if there's anything else I want to add with my watercolors while I have them out, I can do that. So I think I might add some shadows for my trees and just a few extra little things before I'm done. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm going to go put it on the drying rack, and you notice that everything that is in the background is smaller because it's far away, and everything that's in the foreground is largest because it's closest to us, and everything in the middle is kind of medium. All right, let's get started.